Hey everybody, we're here in Colorado Springs and I ran into the one and only Alex Newman. This guy's a brainiac. I've had him on my show and interviewed him, and this is the kind of guy you want to tap into. So anyway, you're presenting a couple of presentations here at the conference. Give a little teaser to our audience what you're going to be teaching on.
So we did Psalm 2. You know, it's such an incredible psalm.
Yeah,
it talks about the nations and the kings and the rulers trying to defy God, plotting against God.
Yeah.
And I just love the psalm so much because it tells you where this is going, right?
Yeah.
First of all, God is laughing at them. Then God is going to speak to them in his wrath, and he's going to put his king in place. And so we, I think as Christians, should be really encouraged knowing that that's where this is going.
Yeah.
God is not surprised by the fact that these evildoers in positions of power are plotting against him.
Yeah.
He's not concerned about it. In fact, he's going to smash all this evil.
Amen.
So yesterday I spoke a little bit about kind of the evildoers behind the globalist project.
Yeah.
You know, Satan is trying to undo everything that God has ordained for our good: marriage, family, nations, private property. I mean, all the systems and statutes that God has given us are under attack. So I showed a little bit of that.
Okay.
And then we also have the issue of CBDCs, which most Americans have not even heard of yet, but it's coming at us like a freight train. So.
Yeah, right. No, the CBDC, I think that's catching people off target because they're not watching this. And the introduction of a digital currency and like you probably are going to talk about it. It's programmable.
Yeah.
They can tell you what you have to buy or what you can't buy and stuff like that. And Alex, that's just going to eliminate all of our freedoms, man. It's insane. And I can't believe we're here at this period of time that we're seeing this because, as you know, it's going into eventually the beast system to control the entire world. And so I appreciate you bringing that to light because I think more people need to be aware of this. Let me ask you this. In your opinion, how far are they away from this?
Well, they have been plotting this for a long time, and they have come up with multiple dates, and they have missed their targets. But right now, I would argue that the infrastructure is in place.
Okay.
They've got the systems, they've got the computer programs, they've got everything necessary. Really, what's left to do is flip the switch. And so some countries have already rolled out CBDCs. About 100 miles from where I live, there's a little country called the Bahamas that has already implemented a CBDC. It's called the sand dollar. And countries around the world, governments around the world are moving very rapidly in this direction. And so I think what we should be expecting here in the not too distant future is some sort of crisis or collection of crises that will then be used as the pretext to bring this in. So, you know, people couldn't imagine, most people, what happened with COVID in 2019. It came at us out of nowhere, at least to most people.
Yeah.
And then huge changes that people never would have accepted were suddenly just brought in and accepted by the population.
Right.
I think we're headed toward that, some sort of economic crisis, currency crisis in the markets. And they'll say, oh, wow, this is terrible. Everybody's terrified. The news will get you terrified.
Yeah.
And they'll say, but don't worry, we've got a solution. All you got to do is download this app on your smartphone. Your government will give you some CBDCs, and you can get back to your regularly scheduled shopping.
It seems like they always have to introduce some type of crisis. Sometimes it's a manufactured crisis.
Most of the time, I would argue.
You know what I mean? And then it causes this fear in people, and they have this deer in the headlight look. What do I do? Like with the shutdowns and the vaccines and all that stuff. And they seem to manipulate people through that. And I think you're right on target. They're going to do something like that, a black swan event or something's going to come, and they're like, hey guys, we're going to have to do this. So I'm glad you're hitting on that. So here's the thing, guys. Make sure you go to prophecywatchers.org. Watch Alex's presentations because this guy will light you on fire. He has information galore. How do they find you, Alex, if they're searching the internet? How do they tap into your ministry?
Well, the big tech totalitarians have done everything possible to erase me from the internet.
I bet.
Just this morning, I got news that my latest video got pulled down off of YouTube.
Oh, no.
One channel left on YouTube. Nobody knows about it, and they pulled down my video on the war on farmers. So easiest way is my website, libertysentinel.org, and Sentinel is spelled Sentinel. It's a word that's not in common usage anymore, but it's a watchman.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so libertysentinel.org, people can sign up for my newsletter and find all my stuff there.
Perfect. Thank you so much for the work you're doing.
Oh, thank you, brother.
You're a blessing to us, man. And so guys, if you're not tapped in, get tapped into Alex Newman. He will really get you on the cutting edge of what's happening in the world. God bless you guys.